Hi there, Taurus. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is your mid-November reading. Now let's get right into it. I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, and I was getting for you direct course of action, and there was just this swiftness, it seemed, with which you are to be making a certain decision, perhaps. And I'm hearing it's like you're working overtime, double time. Whatever you're doing not only that. There's a certain multifaceted approach that you're taking to measures of productivity. And I'm hearing multi-handed, okay, as well. There are a number of variables that you're working with here, okay, that prompt you to take on a role that is like, it's like you gotta play all suits, all characters in the play, okay, even if you gotta be like, hey, hold on just a moment, dear audience members, I'll be right back. And you like run backstage and you change your outfit and you're like, ta-da, okay. You're doing it, okay, because you realize that it's a matter of your doing. Only you, in a certain way, as you may see it, as you may feel it, can uphold this certain character that is comprised of all the characters. And this is an emotional cycle, okay, as I'm getting it for you. It is an emotional cycle of being where, yes, okay, it's performative in a certain way. Yes, you're compelled to, take certain actions to uphold certain forms of your being in a certain way. To play many parts. Okay, one day you are I'm hearing you're the mom. The other moment you are the financiary. Okay, many different suits. But there is a frequential oscillation that's happening here that is unseen, is unheard by, I'm hearing, your onlookers. And you have here at the base of this 5-card stack, if we're considering the Four of Cups as part of it, the Tower. Okay, transformation, absolutely. There are undulations. You have 3 court characters here. You have the Mother of Cups. Right beneath the Four of Cups, you have the Father of Pentacles. Right beneath the Mother of Cups, you have the Mother of Pentacles. Right beneath the Father of Pentacles, a pair, mother and father. This may be speaking to parenting, absolutely, for a number of you. Now, okay. There's some dimension here that's that's incredibly relevant. Okay, that's emotional. That is not even just emotional. It's like I couldn't explain what this feeling of upholding, excuse me, so many parts to the puzzle, so many pieces to the. I'm hearing also the role that I play. If I wanted to, I don't move through it, understanding it, translating it, digesting it in terms of how I can explain what I'm doing, because I'm just doing it. And it's this blatancy with which you I'm hearing you bring onto I'm hearing yourself in a certain way and others, I'm hearing, for one, your cause for concern and your cause for doing it all together. Why is it that I'm hearing you show up to work? Why is it that you give in the way that you do? In terms of career finances, especially in pertinence to matters of ensuring, I'm hearing, a stable home. Okay, what is the value, the principle that you place upon it that, yet again, is inexplainable? And it's the dimension of that connectedness to what you do. That is the focus here. And I'm getting that there is communication. There will be communication about this. Six of Wands, right at the right-hand corner of your spread. And it's almost spinning, like a spin the bottle sort of feeling, like one way or another. Doesn't matter what direction the butterfly is flying in, the butterfly is flying. It's that kind of thing. Okay. And I'm getting that it's connected to the Four of Cups by way of the directionality of the way we spin how it is that we feel, how it is that we've felt, even if there's no sort of explanation for it. How we relay this certain message, even energetically, in the littlest of ways. But I'm getting that even if, right, there is a sort of I'm hearing evocative, okay, provocative, okay, expression that, and vice versa, okay, to this statement, even if, right, it's provocative, okay, it's channeled in ways that feel like a delivery. Okay, and if you think about delivery, it's like, okay, well, it's in a certain way, it's expected, there's order, there's measure. With the Tower, right, with something that's kind of provocative, it's like a shock factor. It's kind of, there's a pandemonium to the way that expression, okay, of a certain situation is either experienced or understood. There's here the point at which clarity coincides with cohesion of how we yet again feel connected to our work, to the roles that we play, and that may elicit a feeling of contemplation, I'm hearing. Okay, contemplation. But the feeling that I'm getting, and I'm hearing Virgo for you, Taurus, the feeling that I'm getting for you is there's somewhat of a, I'm hearing backlash. I'm also hearing a little bit of a rage. Okay, there is what is being communicated. I'm getting is yet again, it's in a delivered sort of way. It's you're delivering these the awareness that you hold of yourself, of your emotional self, of your emotional state. But it's almost like what you're delivering, I'm hearing, is tektite. Okay, so take it as you will. Tektite is a very high vibrational stone, speaking to extraterrestrial, right, sort of out of bounds lands. Okay, so there's this not explosive, but sort of imaginative as well, sort of energy that comes with this the transformational quality of what it is that you communicate. And I am getting it again that you're communicating here. Now let us, there are a lot of things here, Taurus, and I'm hearing Sagittarius for you, that you're turning around. You're turning the wheel around in a certain way. And okay, I'm hearing you're bringing to light what has been a cause for emotional stagnancy. Okay, now we have here Temperance, Sagittarius' card in the Major Arcana, your theme, overlaying the Mother of Swords in reverse, overlaying the Father of Swords in reverse. Very interesting. You have another pair of court cards, same element. You have the Mother of Pentacles, Father of Pentacles. You have the Father of Swords, Mother of Swords. Be it a duo that you play a certain role of, be it the two parts of your being that you play both parts of, right? We all have those propensities, the masculine, the feminine, the yin, the yang, extroverted, introverted. There's, be it to others who you're involved with, there's a certain I'm hearing dissatisfaction for a number of you. There's a certain, you're like, how do I how do I temper? How do I balance my perspective? Be it of me, of myself, be it of those with whom I engage. How do I, I'm hearing move on for a number of you. How do I move on to broader pastures? Temperance is looking over the Two of Wands upright in your energetic pathway that leads you into your current state of the Ten of Swords in reverse. Okay, now, let me read all the cards off to you. You have the Eight of Cups in reverse in the deep past, beautiful. The Mother of the Daughter of Pentacles. Okay, so both the Mother and the Father want to speak out here. There may be a connection with the Mother and Father of Pentacles that popped out prior. This may be speaking to, excuse me, Taurus, your own energy. My big pumpkin cup for Thanksgiving. For November, that was the string of the tea bag, in case any of you are wondering. Okay. Ten of Swords in reverse, in your current state. Okay, I'm getting that this is satisfying in a certain way. I'm getting that it is a release of a certain pressure, but it is a process at the same time. Now, the Six of Pentacles in reverse in your advice. You have the Six of Swords in reverse in your future. Okay, 6-6. You then have the Eight of Wands upright in your hopes and your fears. The Two, okay, not the Two, but Two is a focus here, and you have the Two of Cups as well. We have these two trees on the Moon card, and you have pairs sprinkled throughout your reading. The Moon, okay, the Moon in the Major Arcana, Major Arcana card in the final outcome. You then have the Mother of Wands upright in your environment, looking right down at these two sixes, the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. Now, Two of Cups in reverse in your energetic pathway, in tandem with the Son of Wands upright, okay? With the Hermit, ooh, and the Fool. Did not see the Fool when I pulled the Hermit. The Hermit was peeking out from the main stack, like sort of in the middle. I thought I was pulling just the Hermit, but lo and behold, the Fool sits right beneath. The Fool is Aquarius' card in the Major Arcana, and it is the first card in the Major Arcana, a brand new cycle. You've been contemplating. Taurus. And even if it's like no one could guess by looking at you. okay? That you've had this, I'm hearing this premonition, I'm hearing the sequel, okay, to this new beginning. I'm hearing under your sleeve, okay? And a Virgo may be involved, and Aquarius may be involved. Virgo came through for you earlier in the reading. Nonetheless, you have been contemplating, I'm hearing as well, the resources to finish business, I'm hearing, to begin again, to be on your way, I'm hearing. Specifically as it pertains to the Six of Wands energy, okay, as well as the Son of Wands as I'm getting it, but we'll get to this energy in just a moment. Now, you realize that your way out in a certain way, depending on how you perceive it, as I'm getting it for you, is confronting the emotional dimension of what it is that you've been feeling. The Four of Cups, right, split into two, and you've had two pairs here. There may be a focus on these duos, okay, that which speaks to the air element, that which speaks to earth, but it's the accumulation of the collaborative nature to the way that we interact with others in an emotional context, okay? And I'm hearing it again, elaborating upon the resources that would capacitate this change in such a way that makes it official. Like, there's no turning back. Okay. It's not like one day in, one day out. Right? Indecisively making a decision. It's like, when I pack my bags, I'm not going to wait to arrive at the airport to check them in. I'm going to have someone come and pick them up for me and process them right then and there. It's like that feeling. You're like, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to just make it official. Like, I'm not going to wait to arrive at the airport. Okay. I'm leaving no time or space. And there's this swiftness with which you are, I'm hearing, jumping on board into action, springing into action, quite literally, to capacitate this change. And it's a desire for a release. If this is a relationship, a desire for release. If this is a partnership, a collaboration, a desire to retract in a certain way. And you have the moon that you lead out with, and it was sort of spinning. Okay. And there may be, right, this. Well, let's get to the energies here. As you have a number of cards here that speak to mothering, nurturing energy, right, the Mother of Wands and the Moon. Nonetheless, okay, this has been an emotional cycle, Taurus, and it's been a certain experience of pathfinding, finding your way constructively, in a measured way, even through inherently emotional matters. And it's almost like, right, the daughter pound was like, how do I creep, okay, between these shards of broken glass? Okay, there's an uprising, a certain uprising, as you may feel it, as you may see it, in effect, that has been in effect, that you realize is ultimately to serve the greater whole, the benefit, okay, to benefit the constructiveness of my ideals. What is it that I idealize? How do I implement these idealizations in a certain way, in a constructive way? I'm getting that this is charged by your emotional experiences. Okay, and it's almost like the more dissatisfaction, perhaps emotional, that I experience, the stronger of a boomerang it is for me to work constructively with matters of emotional dissatisfaction. Okay, so it's almost like somewhat unexpected as it may be perceived, right? It's like, well, I'm working with emotional issues. Well, this is spurring me to take a certain course of action that's very directive. Okay, in bringing understanding even and clarity to the role that these experiences may be playing. Now, I'm hearing as well what they may be showing. You have the Two of Wands upright in the energetic pathway. Super strong focus here on taking action, Taurus. And I almost said Libra here, and I almost said Virgo. Taking action on matters of emotional, I'm hearing dissatisfaction and contemplation. That which we've understood, that which we've known, okay, that which we've taken the time to construct, to formulate our stance on in a certain way. But we realize at a certain point, the paradigm shifts when we release our expectations of how I'm hearing it is all to go down in a certain way. How it's all to literally be hashed out, literally be worked through in a way that perhaps is legal for a number of you. This may be legal for a number of you, absolutely. But in the many ways that technically the conversation could go, the conversations can go, I'm hearing origami for you, and this came through, was it for Virgo? Yeah. I believe it was for Virgo. Okay. Nonetheless, it's like, the point is, for you, as you may be feeling it, to accept the cycle for what it's been. Okay. The purpose for you now is the direction that your emotions, in a certain way, your understanding of your emotions by way of the desire to transmute them, to apply them constructively, to move through them constructively, productively, is surfacing, is to be channeled. You've been wanting to do this, okay? You've been wanting to do this, and you're being beckoned, okay, to slow. I'm hearing slow down. To slow down the process by which we finalize where we stand and how we arrive there, because it is a process. And I'm getting yet again, it is a process, specifically with the Ten of Swords in reverse. It is a process, Taurus, of clearing. If this is legal, clearing, understanding with utmost clarity what the sort of procedure is, I'm hearing for a number of you, what the steps are. I'm hearing courses of action, the many oars in order, the many varying perspectives. It behooves you, as I'm getting it for you, Taurus, and of course, general reading, always heed your personal intuition. Always heed your personal intuition. It behooves you, okay, to take contemplative action. To, yes, I'm hearing specifically slow growth. If you are feeding financially, okay, a certain situation, a certain matter, a certain individual, there's, you're being beckoned, Taurus, and I'm hearing Scorpio for you, you're being beckoned to, yes, retract, but I'm getting at the same time to focus on where it is you want to go. okay? And yes, I feel it, right? You want change. I get it. You want change. You want things to move. But you don't want to just transform. You want to understand that where you move to connects in some kind of way to what has pushed you to seek it. And it's this lineage of the process of transformation that's inherently emotional, and I'm also hearing cyclical for a number of you, that is, you realize, a focus. It is a focus, even an asset in a certain way. But we're seeing your Taurus, near future, Six of Swords in reverse, the Eight of Wands upright, in the in your hopes and your fears, okay? That your focus is on releasing the boundaries of perception that have framed how we view partnerships and our role in them, how we view emotional satisfaction and our role in capacitating that for ourselves in a certain way and for others, right, reflexively. And right, there is the desire to seek more of our potential in a certain way, as we may feel it, as we may see it, as a creator, as the upholder of the many experiences that we've accumulated in constructive ways, in ways that feed our imagination further, in ways that remind us of why we're here, to experience what it is that we are. And I'm hearing your role in that is magnanimous, is creative, is beautiful, I'm hearing. Take it as you will. There is the recognition of the passage from the past in a certain way to states of the maturation of understanding of the past. And you realize it's so greatly held in matters of perception. And your desire is to bring with you in a certain way the many forms of experience. I'm hearing in pockets, in folders, on edges. I'm hearing tainted. Okay, this came through for another sign in early November. I remember that. Okay, I don't recall which sign. I don't recall. Okay. At the time. Now, Taurus. The desire here. You're like, I don't want to just up and leave. I want to. If I've experienced all that, I want to take I want to take a certain example, a certain sort of emblem. I'm hearing the trilogy of my success, of my experience, of how I moved through it. I'm hearing timestamps. So it's almost like a storyline here. And you're like, I want not just to take it with me as I'm hearing a show of respect, but as a construction of my idealized state. So your experiences, Taurus, are in a certain way, as I'm getting it, contributing to the envisioning of a certain dream. And you want to bring light to, okay, and peace of mind, I'm hearing, to how this dream has come about, the recollection of this dream through the processing of emotional I'm hearing acceptance, accepting our emotions in a certain way, how we feel. Okay, so it's this sort of opening I'm hearing of the heart valve. Okay, I'm hearing heart chakra. Now, you have the moon here that you lead out with, mirroring the Six of Swords in reverse, which again was spun kind of right horizontally into the Eight of Wands. This is a confrontation of what it means to create with what how we feel connected to in a certain way, perhaps bound by, as we may perceive it, as we may feel it, and that can be taken in a number of ways. And hopefully not, always, hopefully not, but what we have created and or what in a certain way we feel has led us to a state of creating what it is that we desire to create. And so it's this kind of feeling of Taurus, like, I'm here, I want to bounce. Free-spirited, I want to bounce. But how do I feel in a certain way? It could be home life, family life. Okay, the moon. How do I feel so connected to a foundational element, to the transit, to the change, to my experience? I'm hearing my housing, a certain relationship that has served in a certain way to further, to grow, has served a certain level of growth in a certain way. Okay. In such a way where I feel confused about what it is that I want as an individual, what I want to create as an individual. And so it's this process of not being affected in a certain way by what we feel we intellectualize plays a role, okay, is significant, is a barometer for change, expected change. And it's the feeling I'm getting for you, Taurus, is like, it's almost as if, let's say, this is an example that's coming through, let's say that you have a startup, a company, and at the very beginning, early stages of this company, this venture, you were backed by a certain financiary. Let's say that financiary was generous, okay, gave tremendous resources to help further your project. Is there a sense of duty, obligation in a certain way, as you may feel it, as you may see it, that comes along with creation at that point, to uphold a vision that is inauthentic, Taurus. I'm getting that very strongly. Is inauthentic in a certain way, perhaps as you may feel it, as you may see it. What is it about what you do that lives and thrives not in states of expectation, of value, of being undervalued, of being overvalued, but in a state of appreciation, just by you, where you appreciate what you do, where you appreciate what you desire to bring about in the world in a certain way. I'm getting that specifically for a number of you, without any reason to appreciate it. And, right, it's like, yes, right, let's say that financiary could be conducive to, and I'm hearing constructive for and towards creation, productivity, abundance in a certain way. Yes, creativity, right? Both Mother of Wands and the Moon speaking to manifestation, creation, abundance as you can perceive it, however you perceive it. There's a question then, right, of what is creation? What does it mean to create? And how do we move from one understanding, form, living embodiment of the perception of creation to the next? It's a transformational period here for you, Taurus. It's beautiful. Love and light to you all on this journey forward. Thank you so very much for tuning in and for your gracious support during this mid-month reading. I appreciate that, and I highly recommend you to check out your rising ascendant or moon sign, losing my voice there, perhaps even your Venus, okay, may play a role, particularly as it pertains to matters of love, finances, and hobbies, okay. Nonetheless, if you don't know your signs, you can click the link below in the description box that I provide, and that will compute them for you. Just note that you do need your quasi-exact birth time to get your exact rising ascendant sign. You may be able to get your moon if you weren't born on a day where the sign of the moon was shifting. Okay. Nonetheless, thank you so much again for tuning in, Taurus. Have a beautiful mid-November Thanksgiving to those of you who celebrate, and let's see, I'll see you soon for the early December readings. Stay tuned for them, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.